Hey, true believers. Chris Mack coming at you today with Batman 643. This is War Crimes Issue 2, or should I say Part 2. And I believe the print date on this was 2005. And overall, I really thoroughly enjoyed this comic book. There's going to be spoilers here, so if you don't want these older stories that you haven't read yet to be spoiled, pause this video, go to your local comic shop, grab the series either in the floppies or collected trade. We'll wait. And you're back. Bruce is on the hunt after the gang wars that happened through Gotham, which led through Detective Comics 809, which is part 1, the death of Stephanie Brown, the spoiler. Now, you think here that this is Batman, and he says, you and I have been going round and round far too often, Joker. I should have killed you long ago. But we come to find out that this imposter is not the Dark Knight. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about who made this book. This is Bill Willingham, writer. Giuseppe, oh boy, I'm probably going to brutalize this. Giuseppe Kumukoli, Plinsler, and Sandra Hope inks. Pat Brosseau, letter. Jason Wright, colorist. There's everyone working on the book. And, of course, Batman was created by both Bill Finger with Bob Kane. Now, Batman is kind of on a rampage, sort of how he was after the death of Jason Todd. He wants to know what happened, why these things are happening. And of course, he has to run through these gamuts of villains, Black Mass in particular, who, with the fallout of the gangland crimes, has taken over a majority of the gangs in Gotham, and the Joker being a major part of it. Now, while this is going on, we have a character named Arturo Brown, or Arturo Black, or something like that. He has Stephanie's mom, and he wants to interview her. And you can tell that this guy is a real piece of work. Apparently, during the gang war, he was Black Mask's hostage, and so you kind of don't really know how to think about him. But listen to the way he talks to Stephanie's mom. He goes, now the most important thing is to get an authentic look on camera at Stephanie Brown's grieving mother. So I'll ask lots of personal questions about her, and most likely what you need to do is respond with real feeling. Crying is the best. So it's like, do you really care, or do you want ratings? Now, when it comes to TV, that's kind of self-explanatory, but I'll let y'all draw your own conclusions. Now, again, Black Mask has been trying to frame Batman, and he's still not able to beat Black Mask because Bruce has just been going, wounded, no sleep. Kind of like during a Nightfall where it was just like instance after instance. Now, what I like about Willingham here is how he kind of goes back to the O'Neill days where Batman would actually kind of talk, where Black Mask says something to the degree of, I'll finish what I started. And Batman says, the last time we fought, I was wounded and nearly exhausted from 3 days of nonstop fighting. And even with all those advantages, the best you could do is barely hold your own. Pathetic. And of course, the only way Black Mask is able to get away is with a smoke bomb, which brings us back to the cave. And Bruce is just mulling over everything that has happened. He doesn't eat. Alfred says, breakfast is ready, sir. You'll recognize it because it's sitting right next to last night's cold dinner that you neglected to eat. Now, Leslie Tompkins' clinic during the gang wars was overly utilized. People were busy. That's where Bruce took Stephanie to try to save her, but of course she passed. But he's starting to notice all these discrepancies in Leslie's records, which Alfred would say with everything that went on, of course records were probably low priority. And he goes, not with Leslie. When things become detriment, or, crunch time, that's when she works the best, and she expects that from her staff. So he doesn't understand why she's missing while Stephanie passed. He says, I knew it. I knew I got her to Leslie's clinic on time. He goes, if war crimes were truly committed, then perhaps it's time to hold war crime trials and then let all the buried poisons hatch out. And so he hits the streets. And I love this homage to Batman Year One, where he's standing in the doorway of this sketchy bar. And he goes, listen up, knuckle draggers. I've got a lot on my plate tonight. I need to find Black Mask, I need to find Aaron Black, and I need to find Leslie Tompkins, and I need to find the Joker. And he just goes to town on them, and he goes, the beatings will stop when you start talking. We get some answers, but we also get more questions with this issue. I thoroughly enjoyed it and kind of wish that I would have regularly collected Batman back in the day when this series was going on. It wasn't until, what was it? I think Batman R.I.P. that I really started regularly collecting Batman again after years of being out of the game. Wish I'd started sooner. So better late than never, right? If you guys have enjoyed what you've seen, please first and foremost support your local comic shop and pick up a copy of this series or the collected trade so you can read this in its entirety. And if you've enjoyed the review, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you won't mind hitting that fancy little bat bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys get notified. Come to the channel, and we love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, I hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.